Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing week. It is currently Thursday and the markets have been going crazy today. The cryptocurrency markets and also the stock markets have been going absolutely crazy. Crazy volatility in the past few hours. As you can see, if we go on a lower time frame, basically like the 15 minute on Bitcoin, as you can see, we did have a significantly bigger pump before the New York market opened, and then at the New York open we got a big dump. So basically very big volatility today. The same goes, as you can see, for the stock market. The S&P 500 had that crazy week, break above that weekly pivot resistance and then smashed right through it, and then once again took out the liquidity and is right now pumping again. So basically crazy volatility, guys, in the markets right now. So be very careful trading those moves, as you can get easily liquidated if you're using high leverage. And also crazy volatility again by the altcoins. As you can see, SUI rejecting from that weekly pivot, and since then it is down to that first weekly pivot support, basically 8%. And also, as you can see right here, the same altcoins, they did took that same move as Bitcoin, and the stock markets, they completely followed, but here the percentages are bigger. So SUI having 3% dump, and exactly after that having a 4% dump. The same goes basically for Ethereum. If you look at ETH currently, if we go on the 2 hour, for example, right now is still trying to hold above that weekly pivot. So ETH currently, as you can see, also had that crazy volatility right here. It wicked below that weekly pivot and is currently regaining it, and right now it is testing it once again if you look at it on the lower time frame. But basically very crazy volatility. As you can also see, the Nasdaq also currently testing that second weekly pivot resistance. As you can see, these levels are being very respected. We did not break below that first weekly resistance, and after that we pushed to the upside massively for the Nasdaq. Also the same goes for it. It did not break once, it only wicked below that weekly pivot. So right now it is still consolidating right here, and as you can see, we did get that rejection from that value area high. Basically, if we count this move, this fake out to the upside, basically from here it was down only after we tested this level. So all these levels, guys, they are very key, as I've mentioned before. So be very careful and look for these levels that I'm showing you right here. Also Solana is currently, in my opinion, if we go on the hard term time frame, basically Solana very weak compared to the other altcoins, also SUI. But if we look at it is still sitting strong in that range. So I'm expecting a couple of more days of a consolidation in this range, basically until a bigger breakout for Ethereum. I'm still expecting possible a test of that weekly pivot support or that value area low. And also if we go and look at the open interest, guys, as you can see, we did have our CVD going down and our open interest going up while the price is going down. So basically this means there were actually a lot of sellers right here, and also these sellers got all of that long liquidations right here. As you can see, this big wick right here, this is all a long liquidations basically at this level, 103.9k. A lot of longs got liquidated right here. The same goes if we look at our liquidation heat map. Basically, as I said, once we have liquidations sitting on both sides and we got a manipulation like this, then it's very possible, like we did, we took out the liquidity to the upside. As you can see, we grabbed some of it, then we went down, we grabbed some of the liquidation from the downside, and currently the price is pushing up once again. The fear and greed index still sitting at 55, basically in that neutral zone. So as I said, in the coming days there will be a bigger move, since also for Bitcoin, if you look on a hard time frame, basically we can see that Bitcoin is still consolidating right here. Not much of a move is happening. So as long as the crypto fear and greed index remains in that neutral, we will be getting a move very soon, in my opinion. Also currently more shorts in the market as of today. Right now, this is basically for the day. We do have more selling pressure for today, basically, as you can see, with that big volatility. And also the funding rates, they're still they're still positive, so this is also very, very good. They are getting a bit higher, but as I said, if they are still positive, then this is good for the price. That means we're still in a solid uptrend. Also, if we look at the Bitcoin ETF flows, we did actually get today another inflow, 87 million basically, so this is good. We got only 3 days of a sell-off, and right now we're getting back on track on that inflows. And if we look at the news for Bitcoin today, in my opinion, this US unemployment claims right here is what shook the markets. This gave us a very, very big volatility. And also tomorrow we do have some more very important news. As you can see, if they are red like these ones, then basically expect another big volatility into the markets, as I mentioned. So be also very careful tomorrow, guys. But as of right now, if we look at the Bitcoin dominance for the altcoins, the Bitcoin dominance is currently pushing to the upside once again, testing that weekly pivot for the second time, also, or actually for the third time. We did test it here once, we tested it here twice, got that rejection, and right now we are testing it once again. So if that Bitcoin dominance breaks that weekly pivot right here, then it's very, very possible that the altcoins will struggle once again, and maybe then we will revisit that range, that value area low, and that weekly pivot support for Ethereum, and also possibly some lower targets for Solana as well. Maybe for Solana we can revisit that range right here, that bottom range, which is perfect, consolidating with our weekly pivot support at around $144 to $143 basically for Solana, as I said. But it all depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin loses this key range right here, this value area low is very, very important for Bitcoin. So basically, if we draw a box from right here to right here, basically this range is very, very key. And once Bitcoin loses this range, then I'm expecting a potential move down to that range right here. Basically, if we measure it with the tool, this is still a range, so that value area high of the range is perfectly consolidating with that key weekly pivot support tree right here, as you can see. So 94k, if we lose this box right here, this range, if we lose it, then the next target for Bitcoin, if we lose that, or maybe do something like this, will be to get below into that zone right here at that weekly pivot support. So, but as long as we do not lose 101 to 100k, basically we are still safe. And it is also possible that the price can do something like this, currently rejected, and then comes back down here to that low, and then we can see a potential bounce for the Bitcoin price, as you know. So it's very, very important that we hold this key level right here for more potential upside on the Bitcoin. And also currently the S&P 500 is testing, as you can see, that first weekly pivot resistance, currently testing it twice. The first one was that fake out week to the upside. Currently we're above it. So also, guys, as I have been mentioning, as long as the stocks remain strong, then Bitcoin will also remain strong. But as of right now, it is possible that we get some more potential move to the downside, basically, as long as we do not lose these important levels, guys. Then I'm expecting a potential bounce from right here. This zone is very, very important. So basically, as long as we do not lose 100k, everything will be fine, in my opinion. And also we can see the Bitcoin dominance is currently breaking above that weekly pivot. So the next stop for that week Bitcoin dominance will be that first weekly pivot resistance, guys. So we need to see something like this, so the altcoins can continue to push higher once Bitcoins also pushes higher. So yes guys, this will be it for today's video. I hope you liked it, and leave a like and subscribe for the channel, and I'll see you back in the next video. Bye.